StariAri here with another pick card for you. But before we begin, I do want to cover a couple things. So starting June 13th of this year, I'm going to kick off my online Toltec Shaman initiation course. If you guys are interested in learning more about this or want to sign up, go ahead and email me directly at StariAri333@gmail.com. So you're gonna be learning a lot of things, to include divination, how to use divination tools, astrology, both Aztec and Western, how to use a tarot, about plant medicine, and how to do self-healing and healing on others, okay? And of course, other things are going to be taught throughout the lesson, okay? So this is going to be a 12-month course, all online, and then the initiation is in person in Sedona, Arizona, for the week of the Sagittarius full moon in June. So June 13th, around that time. So anyway, if you guys want to sign up, hit me up on my email. So let's go ahead and begin with the reading. So we have pile number 1 here, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. So yes, this coincides with a star that is located within that Pleiadian star cluster in the constellation of Taurus. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video, connect to your higher self and guides, especially your Pleiadian guides, and ask them what information you need to know at this time, so that you may connect with them and may, take care of any type of karmic cycle or any type of gifts opening to receive them during this portal, okay? So the portal usually lasts from May 16th, which was yesterday, all the way to the 24th, okay? So be mindful of that. I highly recommend that you work with your Pleiadian guides throughout this time, okay? There's a lot of stuff that you're gonna learn from them about yourself and about your past, as well as about your future. All right, so that's all I have. Let's go ahead and begin. All right, so you chose pile number 1 and you chose equal value philosophy, okay? So this is what you have to work with your Pleiadian guides during this portal. So what does this mean? This means kind of trying to really understand that other people's perceptions as well as your own are all correct, okay? This is based on experience, emotional information that people are gathering or you are gathering about a situation, to include understanding the world through your own personal lens, okay? So that being said, the Pleiadians are a species of galactics who are here to teach us this, who are here to teach us that even though we have so many differences, between us and others, we are still here on the same mission, which is to assist humanity with transformation and eventually ascension. So when we think about the way that we perceive spirituality or spiritual growth or this ascension process, it does not mean that other people in their own perceptions are incorrect about it, okay? Again, this is based on their own experience and their own thoughts, the way that they perceive the world, as well as spirituality, all right? So this is what you are being tasked to learn right now, is how to really value everyone's philosophy, but at the same time your own. How to really understand that everyone's point of view and experiences are definitely necessary and a part of the bigger universal puzzle here, okay? And so that being said, this is something that might be very beneficial to work through with your Pleiadian guides in meditation, or even through talking to them out loud. And I know a lot of people are saying, how do I connect to my Pleiadian guides? Well, just ask them to come in and just trust that they're there, okay? If you have a question, just trust that they heard you. And yes, it's not going to be depending on, I would say, how in tuned you are, meaning like how sensitive you are during that time of the day, even during the time of the week, then it might not be like something that you are going to perceive right away. It might just be coming into you in different forms. Again, it is the way that they communicate with you is unique to your gifts, okay? It might be in tones, maybe in a repetitive song, or repetitive numbers, or even animals popping in, or even, you know, ideas popping in your head, or a word, or even during dream time and meditation. So again, just be patient with yourself. It's not going to be like this, hello, apparent thing. It's definitely going to be based on what you're ready to perceive at that moment, okay? So that being said, let's go on and see which star system within the actual Pleiades you need to connect to as well to get more information, okay? So we got Alcyone. Alcyone is the brightest star in that particular constellation, in that particular star cluster. It is also a triple star, meaning that it has two other star companions close by to it. So we have the number 1 as well, which represents unity, okay? So this is the whole purpose of you allowing yourself to be right and allowing other people to be right as well, especially when it comes to spiritual beliefs and spiritual path and the way things are done individually. Okay, so unity, the beginning of all things, the first, the whole, the all of one, okay, assertive and self-guided. This is what you need to emulate. Persons who are on this, who chose this, especially this card, are here to really incorporate the oneness of creation by connecting with others, by working with others in projects associated with growth, healing, and ascension, okay? So this is very important for you to understand and meet these challenges as well, okay? Keeping the channels open for receiving information from this star itself, as well as from Creator and your Pleiadian guides, will really help you with how to make the right choice for you when it comes to a belief system, a philosophy that you want to emulate, that you want to test out, such as what type of healing work do you want to do? What type of spiritual path do you want to emulate, or do you want to try out? Like, do you want to use divination tools to assist you? Do you want to use healing modalities to assist you? What is it that is going to help you truly understand your path better, okay? And at the same time, working with others, but also keeping in mind that you still have spiritual sovereignty, okay, in the mix. So that's what I have for you for this star. And what will help you? What will help you with this energy? So we have the gemstone, blue lace agate. So blue lace agate can assist you with really speaking your truth. So it definitely helps within the throat chakra, opening that up even more, but speaking it with compassion and also listening to others and their truth, okay? And also it helps with the third eye when it comes to your spiritual gifts. How are you going to heighten your awareness of your gifts? How are you going to heighten your awareness of your guides? What type of patterns do you see on the daily that are true communications from, the creator, from your Pleiadian guides, from your spirit guides, etc. Okay, so using blue lace agate will assist you with that. Will assist you with really connecting, all chakra systems, I would say, but in particular the throat and the third eye. Communicating what you perceive, communicating how you how you actually look at things, especially in the spiritual sense of that world, meaning like, how do you see spirituality in your case, in the way that you have experienced it. All right, so that's all I have for you guys. Hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully you guys connect with your Pleiadian guides, and I hope you the best during this Pleiades portal. Bye-bye. Okay, you guys, if you chose pile number 2, you chose seeking karmic balance. So for this cycle, or for this portal energy, what you are seeking is really all about healing and ending cycles that may be toxic, as well as unnecessary for you to continue on. So that being said, ask your Pleiadian guides to assist you with this, because these are definitely very difficult, especially if we're so used to certain situations, as well as certain people in our lives that we know are bad for us. Then around this time is when we are going to really make strides to change this in our lives. It doesn't necessarily have to be like one huge step. It's more like baby steps to transform these situations into something better. Okay, so how do you connect to your Pleiadian guides? A lot of people ask me this. Well, you're always connected. It's all about trust. Okay, it's all about trusting your perception and how you are given information. Okay, information is disseminated into the crown chakra, and from there distributed into the third eye through different methods, such as symbols, colors, music, maybe even repetitive songs, or even like dream states, as well as animal guides coming to you, such as actual local animals that you're running into, as well as sequence of numbers, repetitive numbers, things like that. Everything comes to you in that way. It's just up to you to actually pay attention, okay? And that's definitely your Pleiadian guides communicating with you. You don't have to have a direct communication, meaning that they're just going to manifest in front of you and just talk to you like, hey, they're like another person. But they can also use people to give you a message as well, okay? So this is one of your messages right now from your Pleiadian guides, all right? So just trust that you are receiving, okay? So anyway, moving on. So there is a star that you are going to be connecting to for this specific, portal. And this is StariAri for you guys. And StariAri is a binary star within the actual Taurus system. So there are 2 stars, and so that's why I chose the number 2 to represent StariAri. But let me just give you a little bit of insight onto this. StariAri was one of the Pleiadian sisters in Greek mythology. They were the daughters of Titan Atlas and Oceanid nymph Pleione. Okay, some sources also say that StariAri was either the wife of King Ionymus of Pisa by his mother, as well as the god Ares. So if you kind of connect with Greek mythology or even the god Ares, you might want to know that that's probably one of your signs as well. So anyway, when you connect to the star, you'll get more insight as to like a past life in that Pleiadian star cluster, as well as your Pleiadian guides coming straight from there, from the planets that actually revolve around that binary star system. So just be mindful of that, okay? You might have past life flashbacks. You might have, you know, insights as to what gifts that you learned back then, you know, and how can you incorporate them here, as well as like how to really work with them and to get the maximum effect from them, okay? So moving on, so you could also use a gemstone to assist you. So the gemstone in particular that wants to work with you this time is pedalite. So pedalite, this is a white stone, but it also has like kind of like a rosy tint to it. I've worked with this. It's very delicate and it's very rare to actually find in your local gemstone shops. You might have more success online if you actually Google it and type it in, but it can help you with higher frequencies as well as maintaining a connection through channeling. So if you have difficulty with meditation, this can help you with that, as well as with trusting. That's the key here, okay? Trusting that you're receiving information no matter what, okay? And of course, more than anything, helping you with healing. Healing that mistrust that you have with your gifts. Healing that side of you that fears them, or healing that side of you that fears change and moving on with your life, okay? Leaving, you know, toxic relationships behind, leaving a toxic work environment behind, leaving a toxic home life behind, things like that, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. All right, if you guys chose pile number 3, you chose Open Contact the Pleiades. So open contact meaning being ready to receive information from the Pleiades themselves through channeling, through dream work, through any type of symbolism that it might come up, okay? So this is all dependent on you and how you work through your gifts, how you perceive things in that manner using your gifts, as well as how sensitive you are to information coming in, okay? I highly recommend that if you are having trouble with this or trusting the information that you receive through your gifts, you work through it, okay? Through using tools such as divination tools, such as a pendulum, you know, even a card, you know, reading for yourself, as well as even writing things down that you are perceiving in your day-to-day, meaning like any type of symbology coming in from possibly animal guides that you might see around, or even frequency such as frequent number patterns, or music such as the same song playing over and over again, things like that. It's really important for you to be very attentive during this time, during the portal, because there's a lot of information that's going to be coming down through downloads, as well as through contact with the Pleiadian guides that you have, okay? So be very mindful, very mindful. It's definitely going to happen. You're definitely going to receive information from your guides directly, okay? So there is a star that you can work with because this one is possibly the closest thing to past lifetime that you've had in the Pleiades. So be mindful of this too. So we have Electra for you guys, and the number 3. So the star Electra itself is definitely, it's kind of like when you look at the information out there, it's kind of like, oh, it's a comic book superhero or whatever. But yeah, it can be that too. But anyway, so this particular being in the Greek mythology is definitely not that. She is a nymph in Greek mythology. And she is one of the daughters of the Titan Atlas and the sea nymph Pleione. And of course, when you look at the Greek mythology, they were friends of the goddess Artemis, and Orion, the hunter, was trying to hunt them down, and then Artemis pleaded with her father Zeus for assistance, and so Zeus decided to turn them into birds and they flew away up into the sky, and that's where they were safe. But because Artemis was left by herself with no more friends, she got mad, and so she killed Orion. So that's one of the legends there. with that, okay? So anyway, moving on. So the number 3 represents really working through a lot of, like dynamics. In particular, you have to really know that it's about taking action here, okay? It's about really focusing on what you want to do at this moment for your future. So this is going to be very beneficial, especially when you're working with your Pleiadian guides, is like, how do I take action on manifesting X, Y, and Z? That'll be very beneficial for this portal, okay? The number 3 is also something about communication and movement, okay? So communicating your wants, your needs, and your desires to your Pleiadian guides, to the universe, will be very beneficial through that way. You can do it through doing a chant, through singing, or even through writing your intentions down, okay? And also, working closely with this energy will help you with really allowing yourself to predict how things are gonna, come out, to predict how, your future is gonna really look like when you really take action on the things that you desire to create, okay? So that being said, you have a gemstone assistant for this as well, and this is lithium quartz. So lithium quartz is good because it has like a combination of both electric energy as well as like air energy, okay? I feel like this is a good combination for those who overthink, where they want to really ground that information into this reality and do something about it. So this lithium quartz can assist you with that, can tap into your mind, and then from there reveal, any type of creativity, any type of project, any type of goal, and then take action from there, okay? Make a plan of action, what steps you need to take in order for you to actualize this goal, etc., okay? So that's all I have for you guys. Hope this portal treats you well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. All right, if you chose pile number 4, you chose holographic healing. Okay, so this is kind of like really understanding how to work through the hologram that we live in, and to assisting yourself with healing, or even other people. And this could be physical healing, emotional healing, mental healing, or even spiritual healing. Okay, whatever it is that you feel needs to be addressed, if you have any clients, things like that. And really trusting the process of healing, because it does take time for something to be, remedied. It does take time for us to really acknowledge where the root cause of an issue is within us. Where did it stem from, and how can we really understand the knowledge that we are gaining, or even the wisdom that we are gaining from the experience itself, okay? So that being said, working with your Pleiadian guides in this manner can assist you with really understanding this current lifetime and how it correlates with a past lifetime in the Pleiades, and you becoming a healer there as well, okay? Being initiated into the healing arts and remembering how you did things back then and incorporating that knowledge into this present moment, okay? So there is a star that you can look into, and this one is basically like telling you where this gift came from to begin with, what lifetime. So the star Maya. The star Maya happens to be the fourth brightest star in the Pleiadian cluster, and so that's why I put number 4 here for it. And so the legend says that Maya, the nymph, was actually the mother of the god Hermes. Okay, so it depends on what legend you read, but it says that she was the mother of the god Hermes or Mercury. Okay, so when you think about her, you think about her with representing the bull or the Pleiadian cluster, and actually being that she was a friend of the goddess Artemis. You also feel that she's a little bit more earthy. Like, I feel that Maya, in my opinion, represents, if you look at zodiacs, I feel like she actually represents the zodiac Virgo for some reason. I don't know. Like, that's just how I connect to this star in particular. Or maybe, you know, even, of course, Taurus, because constellation of Taurus. But it definitely has an earthy, motherish type of energy because she is a mother, of course, of a god. So anyway, the tone number 4 is all about stability. It represents the 4 directions, the 4 elements necessary for creation, which is earth, water, wind, or air, and fire. Okay, this is all about healing. This is all about understanding stability, as well as energy healing. The foundation for energy healing is that as well. The 4 is also about really giving us the balance that we need for the work that we're doing. Okay, when we incorporate the 4 elements, the 4 directions, we are then balanced. Okay, as well as the energy 4 is really all about establishing freedoms and a need for creating, you know, the necessary environment for that healing to take place for ourselves as well as for our clients. Okay, so that's what that one's all about. And of course, you have a little gemstone that's going to assist you with this, which is Auralite 23. So Auralite 23 is usually found, or is only found, I would say, in Canada. And this one, it is not Super 7. This is Super 7. Okay. This is Auralite 23 because it has 23 minerals according to those who named it. So this is both, they're both amethyst, they're both quartz, okay, crystals. But this one only has 7, this one has 23. And this one is, I would say, because it depends on where you buy it, it's more pure. Because it's only found in one region on the planet, and it's very old. It's millions of years of old. Okay, and the frequency I feel the most that represents this stone itself is ancient Atlantis, where we did have, you know, I would say the fortunate connection to the galactics. Then, like, they actually came down and assisted us with whatever we were doing here on this planet back then. So anyway, working with Auralite 23 can help you with connecting with your Pleiadian guides even more. How do you connect with your Pleiadian guides? Well, you do it through meditation, through dream work, through just paying attention to any patterns, such as number frequencies, as well as even songs that come on the radio and messages coming in from your animal guides, such as if you see the same squirrel staring at you outside of your house, pay attention. Even, you know, getting kind of like information and downloads, such as like a word just coming up in your head and you're like, where did that come from? Just be open to receive. Just trust this, okay? Because you are constantly receiving messages. It's all about paying attention, okay? And so that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your portal. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. So if you chose pile number 5, you chose stubbornness, Pleiades. So what's going on, guys? What is it that you are not willing to let go of? That's usually what this represents here, okay? There probably is a situation in your life that you have been playing over and over and over in your head, trying to really figure out what to do if you encountered the similar situation in the future. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're overthinking it. You are just investing in an energy that just cannot be changed anymore, okay? So it's time for you to move forward with your life. This is going to be a good time to do this through this Pleiadian portal, where it is all about really connecting to what you truly desire instead of connecting to what you don't desire, okay? So that's what the Pleiades are here to help us with really assisting us with refocusing our energy into manifesting our desires instead of manifesting more and more and more the things that we don't like, okay, in our lives, through our stubbornness, our unwillingness to let it go, okay? Trust me, it's hard. I know it is. I've been there. I'm stubborn when it comes to certain things still. But anyway, if you're having difficulties with moving on with your life, especially moving on from a situation that just seems like it's going nowhere, especially with somebody such as a friendship or even a romantic affiliation, then it's definitely something that is going to be addressed during this portal, because this portal is all about healing and balancing and really addressing things that haven't been addressed, as well as allowing yourself to let them go and move on and gain, wisdom from it, of course, okay? So the Pleiadians are going to assist you with this, okay? So this looks like, to me, like, remember the, I would say it was the Two of Swords. I don't know if you can see this, but this little guy is tied up, roped up all around and stuff like that. So to me, this represents the unwillingness to move forward. It also represents a feeling of being stuck, a feeling of things not turning out your way, and things like that, in that sense of the word, okay? When they will turn out your way as soon as you say, okay, I'm done with the BS, okay? All right, so we do have a star for you to connect with during this portal as well, because this is the star that best describes the situation regarding, a past life in this particular star within the Pleiades. So you have Merope here, number 5. And so she represents one of the nymphs who were friends with the goddess Artemis. I don't know if you recall the legend of Orion, but Orion the hunter was hunting in, Artemis's forest, and he was chasing down these nymphs, thinking that they were food, right? So he almost killed them, and so Artemis asked her Zeus to interfere or intervene, and he transformed them into birds, which flew all the way into the heavens and were now stars. And so Artemis was upset with Zeus, and so she decided, you know what, I'm gonna kill Orion anyway, because I have no friends now. Okay, you took them away. So anyway, here she is. And so connecting with this star will assist you with what's going on in the situation, with letting things go, with healing, as well as with learning whatever you needed to learn, such as good wisdom and lessons, so that in the future, when you do feel like you're encountering something similar, you know exactly what to do, okay? You know exactly how to really really maneuver through these situations, all right? So we also have a crystal ally that's going to assist you. This is petrified wood. So this is ancient knowledge here, okay? Petrified wood represents energy from the earth that has been incorporated in, or kind of like frequency, as well as information, like divine wisdom, that has been incorporated into this beautiful, beautiful stone that you can access at any time. So this is going to be like information from past lives here on Earth too, that can help you with this current lifetime. Even information with the connection to the Pleiadians as well, like with this star system itself. So I get it all the time. How do we connect to our Pleiadian guides? Well, it is very simple. You trust that you're already connected through paying attention to how they communicate with you, and this can be different ways. It could be number frequencies, such as 111, 333, 444, you know, repetitive numbers. It could also be through songs. It could also be through visitors, such as your little animal guides outside, such as birds that you see all the time, or you know, squirrels and things like that. It could also be through this reading here. This is a message right here, right away, you know. And even trusting your intuition that you are receiving no matter what, okay? If you hear something, if you see something on TV that you're just like wondering about, like what is going on? Or if you even feel like you want to go out and buy one of these, or even a different gemstone that will help you with connecting in that way, then go ahead and do that. But just trust that your intuition is working 24/7 to connect you to your Pleiadian guides, because you're always connected to them, okay? And trust that you are receiving information. Just be very aware of that, you know, just be open to receiving, as well as pay attention to how things are being communicated to you through dreams as well, okay? Or if you want, you can meditate. If you don't like meditation, then pay attention on your daily seeing what they're sending you, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, so if you chose pile number 6, you chose imbalance in positive polarity. So if you can tell by this, there are like kind of like yin and yang figures on this card, and so it's the light and the darkness, or the light and the shadow. And of course, the light is above the shadow, and the shadow is still hiding behind the light. So this is important, you guys, because this portal is definitely all about addressing our shadows as well for healing work, okay? So if we are constantly spiritual bypassing, this is definitely work that needs to be addressed starting now, okay? So if we are ignoring red flags when it comes to our connections to others, especially in our life, such as someone that we are romantically affiliated, or even friendships, or even, you know, family members, or even ignoring the red flags when it comes to your career choices, such as if you are in an environment that is toxic and you've been having a hard time there, like with concentrating, as well as having, you know, just feeling like dirt, not being appreciated and things like that, then this is definitely something that needs to be addressed during this portal. Because we have to be realistic about these things, and we cannot you know, sweep them under the rug any longer, okay? So this is definitely something that your Pleiadian guides will assist you with trying to really understand how we can maneuver ourselves through these situations, how we can address these situations, how we can speak up for ourselves, as well as, you know, really gain empowerment through these interactions that we have with others, and finally, you know, choosing our happiness over someone else's, okay? So that being said, we have a star in particular that you will be connecting to, because this star has a lot to do with this imbalance and where it came from a past lifetime in the Pleiades. So look at Tayyiti. And in legend, Tayyiti was one of the lovers of Zeus, and they had a son, Lacedaemon, who is the ancestor of the kings of Sparta in Greece. But there's also another legend that says that Zeus became obsessed with her, and, you know, tried to take advantage of her and all this stuff, and so Artemis helped her by transforming her into a cow, so that she can save her from Zeus. And because Taygete was so grateful for this, she actually dedicated a Cyrenian hind with gold antlers to the goddess, which in the legend of Heracles or Hercules, that's the hide that he had to get, right? In order for one of his trials, okay? So that being said, just connect to the star through meditation, you know, and ask for your Pleiadian guides to reveal to you exactly the situations that you need to address from past lifetimes that are still coming in during this one, okay? And so when we look at the number 6, the number 6 actually represents kind of like a need for you to really start to really start to flow. Allow yourself to go with the flow, with really growing, okay, steadily growing and establishing boundaries in particular, especially. It's all about, you know, creating space and time. It's all about negotiation and responsiveness and not really holding back anymore, okay? Really taking action and addressing situations that just don't feel right to you anymore, especially when it comes to people in your life, okay? The 6 also provides you the energy to really stabilize and balance these factors by taking action, by working things out, by addressing the problems, okay? So it also helps you with the long haul, meaning that if you work through this cycle, this karmic cycle, and you finally address it and you learn what you needed to learn and you move on, then it's no longer going to appear again, okay? It's not going to manifest itself again because you did the work. So that's good, right? So we also have a gemstone that is going to assist you with this work, and this is dumortierite. Okay, dumortierite is a blue stone. It's a very rare stone. It actually has a little bit of gold in it as well. I know the picture doesn't really have it on here, but it does. I always relate this to the throat chakra in particular. And because it has gold in it, then it has the solar plexus energy as well. So to me, working with your solar and your throat, your solar plexus represents the seat of power. If you feeling empowered through communicating your needs and your wants and your, dislikes, then that's definitely going to help you balance that out, okay? And you can definitely move on with your life without having to worry about having people that you're going to leave behind who are toxic reappear again, okay? So that being said, we also have, questions such as, how can I connect to my, Pleiadian guides? Well, you're always connected. It's just about trusting how you receive messages. So messages can come in different forms, such as this is one of your messages right here, a reading. It could also come in as you give yourself readings, if you have the cards. You can even use a pendulum as well as crystals. Like I said, you can use this energy. If you don't have this crystal in particular, then you could use the energy to help you balance, those chakras that I told you about. And you could also, pay attention to messages that are coming in, such as repetitive words, repetitive music, repetitive numbers, even animal guides that might come up to you, such as a bird or a squirrel or a deer or, whatever, okay? Like nature. Nature is definitely a symbol of a message, okay? A messenger, okay? So that's how you can do that. And even in dream stages and meditation, if you don't like to do meditation, then rely on what you can see here physically, okay? But all of this, trust that this is the information that you're receiving from your Pleiadian guides, okay? Just trust it. And you can even talk to them like if you're talking to someone that's really here. I know you're going to feel like weird, or you're going to think, oh, people are going to think that I'm crazy because I'm talking to myself. But that's usually how we really do get a lot of information, okay, through asking questions and then getting information. And it might feel like you're talking to yourself, it might feel like you're responding to yourself, but it really is your Pleiadian guides, okay? Just trust it, okay? So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your portal. Bye-bye. All right, so if you chose pile number 7, you chose blind enthusiasm from the Pleiades. So I feel like this is something that you need in your life, okay? Like maybe you're overthinking things, maybe you're over planning, maybe you're distrusting the process that you're going through right now, and you really need to be more enthusiastic or more open. Kind of like this kind of represents like the Fool card in the tarot, and maybe you need to really be more like childlike and address situations in that manner. That you might be too focused on the negative, and you might need a break. So this is what I'm being told from your Pleiadian guides, that it's time for you to take a break. It's time for you to work with the inner child, allow the inner child to lead you into a new journey, okay? So if you're like fearful of the unknown, that's because you're such a good planner that you plan everything. You plan ahead, and you don't really allow room for any errors or any type of diverting from the plan, right? And so this is exactly what you will be learning for this portal, is to allow yourself to go with the flow, to allow yourself to be the Fool and just be open to any adventure, okay, that comes your way. All right, so moving on, we have a star that you're going to be working with as well, and coming from the Pleiadian star cluster, and this also represents a past life in this star system in particular, okay, as a Pleiadian, okay? So this is Seleno, the star Seleno. So connecting to the star Seleno, and of course you have the number 7, this will be very beneficial for you to learn how to really allow yourself to go with the flow, allow yourself to be childlike, and your enthusiasm, in your adventuring, as well as in the knowledge that you're receiving. Allow yourself to be the student this time, not always the teacher, right? And so the 7 itself, or actually let's talk about the actual Seleno, the nymph, okay? The nymph herself was a friend of the goddess Artemis in legend. The nymph had reared several children by Poseidon, or in some other Greek mythology, it's gonna be not Poseidon, but Prometheus. So it just depends on whatever you think is right for you. Connecting to those two gods will be helpful as well. Also, Seleno, in Greek mythology, when you think about her as the friend of Artemis, and the legend of the hunter Orion, apparently the hunter was going after some prey in the forest, the Artemis forest, and he's protected by Zeus, of course, and so, he was going after these nymphs that were actually not real nymphs, and apparently Artemis pleaded with Zeus to, protect them from Orion. And so he did, and he transformed them into birds, and they flew all the way to the heavens and became this star cluster. Artemis was kind of upset about that because she no longer had her friends. And so she decided to kill Orion anyway. So anyway, that's one of the legends too. But anyway, let's go ahead and look at the number 7, because this has a lot of information about you and about how to work with, really allowing yourself to be the childlike receiver of new information and belief as well, okay? Faith. So the number 7 is all about reflection, magic, the mysteries, the world beyond worlds, okay? Dreams, the flow of the divine, okay? So that's why it's super important for you to be childlike in this pursuit, to allow yourself to go with the flow, allow yourself to trust your intuition and receive more information from the divine. Okay. So this is also association with the source of creation and the will, divine will, which is your will as well. And so the 7 is all about portal work here. And so we are in a portal right now, the Pleiadian portal, and the 7 also is a portal. So this makes a lot of sense as to why you're getting double portal energy here, because it is time for you to really, really trust that you are receiving information daily. Okay. And so usually people who are struggling with that, trusting their intuition, is because they're so caught up in reality and focusing on their responsibilities that they neglect, you know, to take time off for themselves, to really be at peace with themselves, or to take vacation time, I would even say. So it's definitely, you know, important for you to do this, because there's a new adventure waiting for you when you do. Okay. So moving on, we have a stone person that's going to assist you with this, as well as the stone malachite. So the stone malachite's about healing the heart chakra in particular. So working with malachite, with opening up that heart center, which when you think about Jupiter and Pisces energy, this is exactly what you are going to be focusing on here with the heart space, allowing yourself to expand beyond your limitations or your perceived limitations, allowing yourself to be enthusiastic about learning new things, your spirituality and your growth, as well as your gifts, allowing yourself to trust them, allowing yourself to trust your psychic insight that you're receiving on the daily, as well as to heal your heart from the past. Okay, to heal your heart that had created these difficulties for you to begin with, right? So when you shut your heart down because you got heartbroken, when you were disappointed, when you were told you couldn't do something, or you couldn't be someone, you know, things like that, or you were told that what you were receiving, such as psychic abilities, were bad, right? So this will be very beneficial to work with, so that you can open yourself up even more and become the full, ready for a new journey here. Okay. So that is pretty much all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your portal. Bye-bye.